So like I'm sick right now, and this video is actually gonna be a mashup of the three videos I made about the War on Terror. Don't worry, there's still gonna be a video on Sunday, but this is more like a side episode to like complete a trilogy. This is not for like a filler episode. This is just a random side project I'm doing. I got bored. Okay. Hello? When are you gonna tell your audience our amazing success in Iraq and Afghanistan? Yeah, right, buddy. Your success was actually a whole mess for both sides and turned a lot of people against you. Just make the video. Today we are going to be heading into the mess that is the Iraq War. And oh boy, it is tragic and confuzzling at the same time. So in the beginning, for this video we will start in the 1990s. Saddam Hussein got a little pissed that invaded Kuwait. For no reason, I think. So in 1991, the US along with a whole lot of other countries went like this. Who's there? US and friends, why are you here? So yeah, Iraq was already on the US's naughty list. Nothing happened much during that time, but eventually in 2001, 10 years after the Gulf War, Uncle Sam got a whole lot angrier. What the hell, Osama? I don't know, bro, you gay? Okay, I'm gonna invade the world to stop terrorism. A little fact, Bush's axis of evil was North Korea, Iran, and Iraq. Two of them for very good reasons, being NK and Iran. But Iraq was evil, but they didn't do much to the US except for the Gulf War. The reason? The US bombed Iraq back in the 90s, so Iraq didn't let inspectors check if Iraq had bombs or not. They were UN inspectors, part of the resolution 144, what is his name? So I don't know why they declined. Along with the facts that the CIA was wrong that Iraq had WMDs, Iraq allegedly had ties to Al-Qaeda, which is false, and that Saddam Hussein did very not cool things to Kurds and other people, aka murder and ethnic cleansing. In 2003, the US asked Saddam to dip and leave, but he didn't. So, it began. What a nice day. Is that an eagle? Why the hell is there a crap of military? Why no you leave, Mr. Saddam? Because you haram. That's why we invading you, to spread haram, and to take your oil. Also, the oil part is unconfirmed. I personally think it was a big factor in this. So yeah, in just a few months, special forces got to Baghdad and captured Saddam Hussein. They put him on trial and he was hanged in 2006. Back to the war, insurgency was a big problem part in the Iraq War. An infamous case of this was the second Battle of Fallujah in 2004. The Marines and the Army went to Fallujah again to try to capture it, but they realized it was not easy whatsoever, especially since Fallujah was the hub for insurgents, so the Marines had to resort to urban combat, which is extremely dangerous since room clearance is insane and booby traps exist. So yeah, 100 plus US forces died, 600 injured, 3,000 insurgents killed / captured. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, a few other NATO countries joined in on this, like Britain, Poland, and more. The US ended up killing a lot of people, including civilians, which is super dumb and unavoidable. Did I say unavoidable? Avoidable! Then in 2007, the US sent 20,000 extra troops to Iraq, since the US forces were in a bit of hot water. The extra 2,000 soldiers sent is known as the Surge, since the insurgents had to deal with even more US forces. Eventually in 2008, I think, the US gradually started pulling out forces, and in 2011, all forces have been removed. Either way, subscribe for more videos, I guess. Thanks for watching.
My fellow citizens, events in Iraq have now reached the final days of decision. For more than a decade,
It's 2001, and yeah, I'll just show the clip again. What the hell, Osama? Wait, didn't we do this in the last video? Oh yeah. Nah, this is different. Oh yeah, this involves Afghanistan this time, not Iraq. So, since Osama was in Afghanistan during that time, America had two choices. Bomb the living hell out of it, or negotiate with the Taliban, or Taliban as you might say it. Yeah, let's just say they did not hand Osama over, so America started the War on Terror. Insert echo here. First course of action, Afghanistan, since it houses Osama bin Laden, and the Taliban were doing stuff. So, they bombed a lot of Afghanistan on October 7, 2001. The US and the British sent a lot of forces to invade Afghanistan as part of Operation Enduring Freedom, aka Operation Invading Afghanistan, because Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Also, this isn't like the Iraq situation where the US messed up big time on intelligence, since America's main enemy is in Afghanistan. Why did I say it like that? So they kinda had to. Eventually in December, the Taliban lost power but dipped to rural areas and to Pakistan along with Al-Qaeda. Yeah, the Taliban's main power was insurgency. Yeah, this is a big thing in my last video. Can you please stop talking about the last video about Iraq? Hell no. But insurgency is a big problem here too. While American and British forces were searching for
I'm gonna fly some planes into a couple buildings in Manhattan. I'm Osama, run tell Obama.
the Taliban did ambushes, roadside attacks. Also in March 2002, finally a big battle happened, codenamed Operation Anaconda, between Anglo-American forces and the Taliban plus Al-Qaeda. Because of this battle, a few other allied countries joined like these on screen. Also in 2002, a resistance fighter in Afghanistan named Hamid Karzai made a democratic government supported by George L. Bush. But in 2003, America diverted its attention to Iraq. Iraq was a drag to the US's operation in Afghanistan. Later in 2005, a surge of suicide attacks happened against NATO forces. There wasn't much of a response because, well, Iraq. Nothing major happened until 2009, where the US sent even more troops to Afghanistan. Also,
I'm gonna smoke some crack, only got 20 rocks in my pocket. I'm Obama, run tell your mama.
did something he is infamous for. Drone strikes! He did like 400 million drone strikes on Afghanistan so he can maintain. So America just kept flooding forces in. In 2010, Hamid Karzai got a little mad that America was being nosy, so he said he was going to join the Taliban if the US kept meddling with Afghani affairs. Tensions grew quite a bit because of that. Since some of the Taliban went to Pakistan, Pakistan was doing some work arresting those guys. After some controversies, America and Afghani relations soured. Karzai dipped the government in 2014 and was replaced by Ashraf Ghani. From 2014 to 2020, not much happened. And then the US started pulling out troops, finally gone in 2021. And immediately after the Taliban captured Kabul, which is the capital of Afghanistan. So in conclusion, 20 years of American influence, trillions of money, and fighting in Afghanistan was extremely pointless since the Taliban immediately retook it and still has it to this day. Well, that was something. Subscribe for the Hunt for Osama and the War on Terror.
I thought I had it all together, but I was led astray. The day you walked away, you were the clock that was ticking in my heart. Changed my state of mind.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Love so hard to find.
we got him.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's 2001, and for God's sake, shut up about 9/11. No. Why, you scallywag? Because this is a mini-series about the stuff you and Osama did. Ah, okay. Also go, apologize for what you did. Okay, so first, I'll actually start during the Soviet-Afghan War. Osama was a rich Saudi guy who said, "Hey, Saudi Arabia, you like America too much. I'm dipping to Afghanistan." And so he did. When the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan in 1979, Osama went there to fight for the Mujahideen, aka the Afghan side backed by Freedom. Eventually, after the Soviets dipped, the Mujahideen kind of got scattered all over the place. Here comes Bin Laden. He made a group out of some of the remnants of the Mujahideen called Al-Qaeda. Yes, you know that name. He made the group since I don't really know, but it was anti-Western and especially anti-American. In fact, in 1993, they bombed the basement of the World Trade Center, which are the Twin Towers. Yeah, let's just say it didn't work as planned. 5 years later, Al-Qaeda bombed U.S. embassies in Tanzania and Kenya since they hate the U.S. Let's just say the CIA was after Bin Laden after that. Also, somehow some reporters found him before the CIA did. How the hell did they even do that? In 2001, he orchestrated... So Uncle Sam got mad and invaded Afghanistan, where Al-Qaeda was operating, and they took Afghanistan. Then Osama dipped to northern Pakistan during or after the Battle of Tora Bora. What is that name? Where they were continuing the things they were doing. Not much happened until the CIA got some intelligence where he was hiding in some random compound in Pakistan. It was big, something, and he had a lot of wives. Either way, the US under President Obama unleashed Operation Neptune Spear. It's just a plan to take out Osama. So on May 2nd, 2011, SEAL Team 6 was deployed via Black Hawk into Osama's compound. Since the SEALs are literally the top of the top, they did clean house IRL and eventually they did get rid of Osama. Here's Obama declaring his death.
Good evening. Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda, and a terrorist who's responsible for the murder of thousands of innocent men, women, and children.
And yeah, justice was served. Almost 10 years of hiding, and just to be destroyed by U.S. Special Forces. Also, if you want to see more War on Terror stuff from me, I have 2 videos on it in my description. Subscribe for more videos. Also, I'm discontinuing Gun of the Week. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, so like, yeah. Have a great day.